When you turn 30, you're in that awkward stage of like, am I supposed to get married? I know I'm supposed to have a career, but I can't get a job in what I want to do. So I have to pick up something that's paying me $15, $16, $17 an hour and, just hope that it's going to be enough. Well, I'm here to say that hope is not a strategy. What's going on, everybody? My name is Ace Taylor from the Social Grade School. You guys already know how I'm coming. Scent of the day is going to be Club De Nuit Intense Man. I want to feel like the man today. That's why I put this thing on. But yeah, like that awkward stage of being 30 or being 27, 28, 29 and having the expectations of the world saying that, oh, why don't you have a wife? Why don't you have kids? Why aren't you in a stable job right now? And it's like the reality is the skills that are required to get a high paying job or a quote unquote stable job is changing. The reality is shifting. You can no longer just go get a bachelor's degree and just claim to be okay, right? You have to develop skills over time. You have to develop your own hustle and your own passion, because if not, you're just going to continuously be a slave. Like I was listening to this Napoleon Hill thing. Shout out to CGA for putting me onto this. And Napoleon Hill says that most people are going to be slaves until the end of their lives. Like even if you stay at a job for 20, 30 years, and you have $500,000 in a 401k or Roth IRA or something like that, it's still not going to be enough because we live longer, we're healthier, we're doing all that stuff. So as a man coming up in the world, why would I put myself in position to say that, okay, yes, I'm 27, 28, 29, I'm going to get a wife, I'm going to have kids, I'm going to get a house, I'm going to do all this stuff that, my dad used to do, because we're supposed to do that. But the reality is we're in different times. Our buying power and our buying capacity for the dollar has dropped significantly since the 1950s. In the 1950s and 1990s and 1970s, they're not coming back, bro. 2021 is not coming back. Like even in 2021, when I was making mad bread, over six figures, and I could get whatever I wanted to. I could start all the businesses I wanted to. I was making the money that I needed to make, right? That time in history is not coming back. So that awkward stage that you're at right now, when you succeeded, then you failed, or you're failing and now you're succeeding, or whatever the case may be, and people are expecting you to get married, you don't have to adhere to that standard, because we're not in that old world anymore. We're in a new reality. This is a new world. And because we're in a new world, we have to operate by the new world rules, which means that traveling is going to be the number one thing that should be on your bucket list for every man, right? Making sure that you're stable financially and well off financially, that if you decide that you're going to want to go down the path to getting one wife and having kids and playing a house and stuff like that, when your divorce happens, that you're not going to be hit as hard. Yes, I said when your divorce happens, because over the past 40 years, there's a 60% chance that you're going to get divorced. Now, if you take modern numbers from secular and the religious backgrounds, they're both at 50%. So you have a 50% chance of getting divorced. And if you look back at all your relationships in the past, and they've all failed, mind you, 99% of them, 100% of them have failed. You're probably single. If you're in a relationship, that 1% of your successful relationship is the only percent that you can say and you can hold on to and say that, hey, this has been successful. And that's okay. We're just in a different world, which means that we have to have modern day solutions for modern day problems. That does not mean that we just totally give up on life. It just means that I think that we should go back to what it was in the 16, 17, 1800s, which means that men go to the military, they go to war, they get a career, right? When they're 40, 45 years old, when they're ready to step out there, they have adequate savings, they have land, they have housing, they've established themselves in their field. Then they can look at getting a woman or a wife or multiple wives or a compound of wives, whatever you want, and they can go down that route. Because the reality is, man, like the good old glory days that people talk about, that I hear that we need to bring this back to this and that and whatever, it's not coming back, bro. It's not coming back. It's not. And even in the economy that we're in right now, Amazon's laying off 30,000 workers. Microsoft is laying off people. right? Everyone is changing their standards. AWS and AI and software engineers and computer science majors and information technology, IT majors are making majority of the money. So, like, if you have a degree in, like, let's just say criminal justice, and you're not an engineer, you're not a lawyer, you're not a doctor, you're going to be hard pressed to find a job. Okay, cool. Well, a solution, you can start a business. All right. Not many people are going to want to start a business. Why? Because they're inherently lazy. Okay. Well, back in the day, before this 9-to-5 system came about, that's what everyone did. My last name, Taylor. Guess what my profession will be in the 1700s? I will be a tailor, right? And even though I will be at that awkward stage of 30 years old, and, you know, back then, quote unquote, I would be well established. I would be living with my parents. You know, I'll probably have a wife or whatever the case may be. We'd probably be struggling. There's nothing wrong with it, but that was the time back then. But now, I just don't see the need to do any of that stuff. Now, I can't be the only one here who thinks like this, because even though that we're sitting here in this place and it's awkward and we just don't know what to do, there's still kind of that thought in the back of our head, like, man, I know everything's gonna be okay. And it's got to be the same thing for you as well. Like, I know everything's gonna be good because I am who I am. I know my work ethic. I know what I'm capable of. I've done this before. And even if you haven't done it before, if you do the same things over and over again every single day, that thing is gonna compound. Like, I encourage you guys to look at Napoleon Hill, read his books, study Henry Ford, study Einstein, and read Brian Tracy's books, because I promise you, the shit that you're going to find out that you've been doing, quote unquote, every single day that you think is going to help is probably not working at all. Whoever's told you this has probably led you down the wrong path. And that's okay. There's still enough time for you to make that shit happen. However, like, get rid of this hope. Hope is not a strategy. Get rid of the idea that things should get normal. No, create your own economy. Create your own economy. Create your own products. Create your own image, name, likeness. Come up with your own shit. That's what I'm saying. That's the point of it. Like, even though now people are calling this the awkward age and we don't know what we're going to do, we're weaker than our parents were because we don't want to get married and have a family. Well, I think for us, that's the smartest thing that we can do. That's the smartest thing that we can do, because guess what? The most important thing for us right now is to get our money in order, to get our money right? Our time is the most important thing, and I don't want my time stolen away, okay? That's not to say that these people who require time are bad, but for right now, like, I just don't see the need to spend time with everybody else when I can spend time with myself, learning myself, growing my skills, because I'm likely not going to be able to do that if I have other people to worry about. And the last thing I want to do is worry about somebody else when I have to worry about myself, worry about how I'm going to survive every single day, right? So last thing I'm going to say before I end it off, because I know I've been talking for a minute, right? If you're still here in this stage of like awkwardness or whatever the case may be, and you kind of don't know where you're going, like, look, only thing I would say is, if you're in that stage, go to the military. I've talked about this before. That's going to be the best bet for you. Unfortunately for me, I can't go to the military. My dad went to the military. My grandfathers went to the military. Our brothers went to the military. My whole family's military. So I have to find a different way around that. I'm working with law enforcement now, but even then, still, that's not enough for me. I need more. Like, just because I've experienced more, I need more, right? And for you, you may not have experienced what I've experienced. And so right now, I think the best bet for you, get the experience that you need, go to the military, figure out what you want to do, and then move on from there. Like, I promise you, the military is going to solve everything that you thought you wanted and more. Women, activities, money, cars, adoration. You're going to get all that stuff if you're in the military. Trust and believe that. But one thing that you're not going to get if you sit around and just bullshit around and act like everything is going to fine, you're not going to get any of that stuff, especially not the adoration, especially not the praise. And you're going to be just a better off human being once you exit the military, because all you need is 4 years. You can go to school if you want to do that. If you don't want to do that, you can get your VA benefits, whatever the case may be. There's just a plethora of things that you can do, a plethora of options that you can go for. Again, my sense of the day is going to be Clody Nui, intense, man. And remember, guys, like, you're maybe in an awkward stage right now, but stay there, figure out what you want to do. Keep studying, keep grinding. Something's gonna pop up, because if you keep yourself prepared, just like going to the gym, if you keep yourself prepared, if an opportunity presents itself, you're not gonna have to try to get ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And that's where I'm gonna end it off. I love you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning into the video. I feel like shit right now because my tooth is hurting, but I'm rocking with y'all. Shout out to y'all. If you got value from the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and then hit the notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload a video to this channel. Peace.